I know it's not easy because of the result of the test series and all that, but how do you think it went?
Well, I think it was a competitive series to begin with. We've already understood and admitted the things that we haven't done well. And that's something we're very keen to improve on, because to get into competitive positions, you understand that you have the ability, but ability gets you till a certain extent, and then your mental toughness comes into play when you want to win test series in difficult conditions, in difficult countries, and that's something that we aspire to do. And when you don't do that, being in winning positions obviously hurts a lot more than any other thing. And for us as a team, that's probably been the most frustrating part, that we have shown our skill sets to get into positions and we haven't capitalized on them. So yeah, I mean, all we can do is gain experience from that and try and get better as a team, because I certainly believe that we can do the job, provided we are mentally tougher in difficult situations compared to the oppositions.
You say difficult conditions, difficult countries. Do you think then the lead up to test series like this, and similar situation in South Africa, I was down there with you, the lead up to those test series, do you think they could be improved upon?
Well, I think a lot of people talk about tour games, but where are those tour games happening, and against what quality of bowling are they happening, are very important questions to be asked. Because if you don't get the kind of preparation that you need before a test series, it's actually not utilized well. The time that you get before a series, it's not utilized well if you don't get the quality of opposition that you're going to face in test cricket.
You want to focus on you a little bit now. You have gone all over the world, you have made runs everywhere. The pressure is now on you. How do you deal with all that pressure, with all the time that you need to practice, to talk to us, the outside social thing? How do you deal with that, Virat?
I'm more focused on just having a very solid life, being happy with life and doing the right thing on a daily basis. And then everything else seems like an enjoyable journey and a part of the larger picture. And for me, the larger picture always is going to be life. If I'm solid and if I'm doing the right thing in my life, then I'm much more confident on the field. So I don't play for people, I don't play for perceptions, I don't play for reputation. I only play to make the team win, and that's why I started playing the sport. I didn't start the sport to have numbers, because they're inconsequential. People only remember your attitude and what you brought onto the field. I mean, if you talk about your side, which dominated, no one sits and talks about the great Surviv's average. They talk about his attitude and what he brought, the charisma he brought on the field, and how he inspired people. So I see this as a greater responsibility to be put in the position I am by that power, to be able to inspire people, and for that I need to do the right thing, from morning till night.
You have had a fantastic tour. Yes, we know the result is not what you would like, but your tour itself, how do you look back on that? Do you think it has been great? Do you think that you could have done a bit more?
Sitting right now, the two things I can think of is the second innings at Birmingham and the first innings at Southampton. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about the number of runs I've got, because as I said, numbers don't matter to me. I didn't come here to prove anything to anyone in particular, which I already mentioned. The key was to make the team win, and twice I was in a position where I could have contributed. I know Trent Bridge was a successful performance, but second innings at Birmingham, I think about that, and the first innings at Southampton, I think about that, so that when I'm in the same position again, I don't let the team down. I want to be able to take the team across the line, and I'm always focused on that. I'm always focused on where my mistakes are and how I can improve on them, and I always am willing to accept my mistakes, even in the best of times, so that I can keep improving and not fall behind at any stage, because it's very important for the team that my mindset stays good, because I have to lead from the front. And if I'm not clear in what I'm doing, and if I think of my performances, that's not doing justice to the responsibility I've been given. So yeah, right now I've only thought about those two incidents where I could have pushed the team further and maybe won Birmingham for the team and put the team in a solid position in Southampton.
Your fast bowlers, they have impressed everyone. First time I've ever seen an Indian team that their fast bowlers are, all of them, quicker than the opposition fast bowlers. How did that come about?
Well, it's lovely. I mean, it's nothing but the hard work of individuals. I must say, these guys want to be the best bowlers in the world, and that's something that I'm very proud to see as captain, because when you see these guys running in, and when you see them bowling in partnerships, bowling for each other, that's something that you've experienced yourself. It's a beautiful feeling when you're not trying to outdo anyone else, but you're just trying to take 10 wickets for the team. And that's what these guys have shown. They bowl they bowl with heart throughout all 5 days of Test cricket. At 6:15 in the evening, Shami is bowling 90 miles, and so is Bumrah, and Ishant's running in all day. So they've worked on their fitness really well. They take regular breaks. They work on their fitness. They work on their strength, and then they are very honest with their preparations. So the mindset is purely to take 10 wickets and just work towards the team cause. And then you see special things happening because they're always thinking team all the time. No one's thinking for themselves. For that, they're training better, they're preparing mentally, they're preparing better, and they believe they can get 20 wickets every game, which I think is the most important thing.
Thank you very much, Virat.
Thanks,
and
Manpreet.
all the best.